So today we will be discussing thyroid and its disorder. As you already know that thyroid is the largest gland in the body and it is located in the neck. It is present bearing and spanning over the ventricle surface of the trachea. It is a H-shaped gland. So the main function of the thyroid gland is to secrete the hormone T3 and T4, means thyroxine and triiodothyronine, and it also secretes calcitonin. So the thyroid hormone, main hormone that is produced by the thyroid gland is T3, means triiodothyronine, and T4, it is also known as thyroxine or tetraiodothyronine. It is necessary for general function and biological process. So these hormones are derived from the tyrosine, which is the amino acid through iodinization. Then thyroid hormone secretion is stimulated by the pituitary gland through thyrotropic hormone. When TSH, means thyroid stimulating hormone, bind to the receptors on thyroid cells, then it leads to the secretion of and production of the hormone. So these are the thyroid hormones and the precursors. Then this iodine is converted into iodide, and with the peroxide the iodine is formed. This peroxide is formed from the HMP shunt through the formation of NADPH, and this NADPH is converted into NADP. So this is the activation of the iodine. Iodide is converted into iodine, that is the active form, which is the presence of the hydrogen peroxide. This hydrogen peroxide required NADPH, which is synthesized through HMP shunt. Now the synthesis of the thyroid hormone. First is the iodide trapping. There are certain substances that decrease the thyroid or iodine secretion. These substances are known as goitrogen, and these are present in the mustard, millet, mustard seed, and in capsicum. So these are goitrogen, means which decrease the thyroid hormone secretion. These are the substances that decrease either the uptake or the trapping of the iodine. So first is iodide is trapped by the sodium iodine transporter by the follicular cells, and this reaction is inhibited by the thiocyanate, perchlorate and pertechnetate. Then this iodide is diffused into the apex cells and transported into the colloid cells of the thyroid gland. Then their second step is the oxidation of the iodide. The iodide oxidizes into iodine with the help of the enzyme thyroperoxidase. Now this iodine is incorporated into the tyrosine residue, which is present in the thyroglobulin. This molecule is present in the colloids, and this thyroglobulin, it helps in the binding of the iodine. And this step, oxidation, is inhibited by the antithyroid drug like thiourea, thiouracil and metimethazole. Now the ionization, the thyroxine residue of the thyroglobulin is iodinated. Thyroglobulin is synthesized by the thyroid follicular cells, and it produces monoiodotyrosine or diiodothyronine. When one iodine is bound, it forms the monoiodothyroxine, and when two molecules of iodine is added, it is formed diiodotyrosine. Then coupling. So when two molecules of diiodothyronine they bind, they form the tetraiodothyronine or the T4, and when one molecule of monoiodothyronine and one molecule of diiodothyroxine, they form the tetraiodothyronine or the T3 hormone. Then the storage. The stored thyroglobulin contain 8 molecules of T4 per molecule, and the storage of thyroid hormone is present in the colloid cells. The colloid cells store the thyroid. Then when there is a need of the thyroid hormone, Tg take up back and with the help of the pinocytosis. Now the hydrolysis. The next step is the T4 is hydrolyzed with the help of the enzyme specific protease. This hydrolysis is enhanced by the thyroid stimulating hormone and it is depressed by the iodide. So when the hypothyroidism means when thyroid hormone overreacts and when the thyroid hormone increases, then we give the patient potassium iodide as a treatment to decrease the production of the thyroid hormone. Then the release T4 is released in the bloodstream, while the reverse T3 is produced by the deionization, means removal of the iodine from the fifth position of the T4. So this forms the reverse T3. Then the salvage pathway, as the mono iodine tyrosine and diiodotyrosine, these are not utilized in the body, so they deionize and again enter into the cell. So when there is a deficient in the enzyme deionase, it is a genetic disorder, and in the iodine deficiency, these are excreted in the urine. Then transport of the thyroid hormone, it is transported by the specific plasma protein. The protein that transfer the thyroid hormones are protein bound iodine, which is 10 mg per dl in the body, and the thyroid binding globulin, it is a protein that carries the thyroid hormone. So it carry 80% of T4 and 60% of the T3. Now the active form of the thyroid hormone is T3. So T4 is converted into T3, and apart from thyroid binding globulin, the other transporters are transthyretin. It is also known as prealbumin. It is used for the transport of the thyroid hormone, and albumin. Now this is the diagrammatic representation. Iodide is converted into iodine. Then it transferred to the acinar cell. Then it binds to the thyroglobulin. T4 is formed. Then the thyroglobulin is stored in the colloid cells. Then it released when there is a requirement in the body. Then thyroglobulin increases, released from the cells. It forms the T4. Then from deionization it formed the T3, and for the transport they bind with the protein binding iodine. Now metabolic effects of the thyroid hormone. General metabolism, it increases the metabolism, it increases the oxygen consumption. It is a calorigenic hormone, means it produces the heat by uncoupling the phosphorylation, and it increases the BMR, means basal metabolic rate. That increase the synthesis of the RNA and the protein synthesis. It required in the growth and development, as they differentiate fibroblasts and osteoblasts. Osteoblasts are the cells that is present in the bone. So it is essential for the growth of normal tissue and the skeleton. It increases the respiration rate. Now in cardiovascular system, increase the heart rate, as well as it increase the contraction of the heart. Then it make the nervous system wakeful and alert. It enhance the memory and learning capacity. Then general metabolism, it increase the protein catabolism, have a negative nitrogen balance, and it leads to the weight loss. It increase the glucose metabolism, it increase gluconeogenesis, it increase the glucose absorption from the GI tract, it increase fat metabolism and cholesterol degradation. Now this is the hypothalamus secrete the thyroid releasing hormone, from which pituitary gland secretes thyroid stimulating hormone, which acts on the thyroid gland and secrete the thyroid hormone. hormone T3 and T4, and it acts on various tissue and perform its action. When T3, T4 level increases, then it negative feedback, it increases thyroid stimulating hormone and thyroid releasing hormone. Now, how we assess the thyroid function? First, we measure the basic hormones like TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, T3, T4, free T3, free T4 or reverse T3. These are measured by the RIA, means radioactive immunoassay. ELISA means enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. These are the techniques through which we measure the hormone, or it is measured by the CLIA, means chemiluminescence immunoassay. In our lab, we measure the hormones through the CLIA, means chemiluminescence immunoassay. Then we can also assess the binding protein like thyroid binding globulin. We can measure the plasma thyroid stimulating hormone. We can see the thyroid releasing response, means we give the patient the thyroid TSH, then when the hypothalamus is activated, it decreases the level of T3 and T4. So when in case of the deficiency in the hypothalamic or pituitary, this response is not present. So this is thyroid releasing hormone response. By stimulating the hypothalamus, we can see the action of the T3 and T4. Then we measure the cholesterol. We can measure the radioactive iodine uptake, and we measure the thyroid antibodies like thyroid stimulating immunoglobulins or long acting thyroid cells. So these are the thyroid function tests. Basically, we will measure T3, T4 and TSH. The free T4 is only 0.03% of T4 and free T3 is 0.3% of total T3. Now the abnormalities of thyroid function test. So basically there is a excessive production, it is known as hyperthyroidism. When the production is decreased, this is known as hypothyroidism, and when the thyroid gland is enlarged, it is known as goiter. So the goiter may be associated with the abnormal function or the normal function. So eugenic goiter, when there is a diffuse enlargement of the gland. Then nodular goiter, which has release due to hyperfunction, and then third category is iodine deficient goiter, which is due to the hypothyroidism. So three type of goiter is there. Eugenic means when the thyroid gland is enlarged. Then nodular goiter, when there is a hypersecretion of the thyroid, and iodine deficiency, when there is decrease in the thyroid function. Then the causes of the hypothyroidism is Hashimoto thyroiditis. These are types of hypothyroidism. Iodine deficiency, any radiation exposure, any pituitary tumor, and mixed edema. It is a life-threatening condition of hypothyroidism. Then hypothyroidism, the autoimmune disease of hypothyroidism known as Graves' disease. In this, thyroid antibodies are present. Then toxic multinodular goiter and thyroid storm. It is again life-threatening condition of hyperthyroidism. Then what is hypothyroidism? When there is a hypermetabolic state due to excessive secretion of thyroid gland. The symptoms are metabolism बढ़ जाएगा, weight loss, because the catabolism increase in our body. So there is a weight loss, the heart rate increases, tachycardia, frying tremor, sweating, diarrhea, emotional disturbance, anxiety and sensitivity to the heat. Then the primary cause means that is related to the thyroid gland. The Graves' disease, multinodular goiter, toxic edema, adenoma, when there is a iodine excess. There is an increased binding protein. The affinity towards binding protein is increases. The effect of the antibodies, there is a thyroid stimulating tumor, there is a receptor defect, and there is a deionization defect. Then the secondary cause is related to the hypothalamus or pituitary. So there is a thyroid stimulating hormone pituitary adenoma. Adenoma is the term that is used as for the benign tumor. So in the Graves' disease, the TSH, T3, T4 level increases, which causes negative feedback, means they decreases the thyroid releasing hormone and TSH. So when there is a thyroid stimulating immunoglobulins, means when antibodies are synthesized, so it enhances the thyroid gland to secrete more T3 and T4. So this is the how hypothyroidism act in the Graves' disease. The antibodies enhance the level of T3 and T4, which decrease the level of TSH and THR. So biochemical finding in the primary hypothyroidism, T3, T4 level are raised while TSH levels are suppressed. While in secondary hypothyroidism, there is a increased level of TSH with free T3 and T4 level. So all the three levels are increased in secondary hypothyroidism. So to differentiate primary and secondary, we can see the TSH. In primary, TSH level is suppressed, while in secondary, TSH level is elevated. So in early stage of Graves' disease, T3 is more than T4. In subclinical means when the clinical presentation is not occurred, but T3, T4 levels are, or the thyroid stimulating hormones are increased. So that is known as subclinical, means we cannot see any symptoms of thyroid hormone deficiency. So in this there is a normal T3, T4 level while TSH level is increased. So it is known as subclinical hypothyroidism. यदि T4 और T3 नॉर्मल है तो क्लिनिकल प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है. TSH लेवल still बढ़ा हुआ है, तो that is subclinical hypothyroidism. So this is the biochemical finding in Graves' disease. The T3, T4 is increased while TSH is decreased, and the response to the TRS nil. In toxic goiter, again the response is nil. In T4 toxicity, the T3 level is increased, T3 and T4 is normal, while TSH is decreased and response is sluggish. When there is a excessive intake of paraffin, means T4. So T3, T4 both are increased, TSH is decreased, and there is a sluggish response to THR. Then hypothyroidism, there is a decreased secretion of thyroid hormone. Mixed edema means the skin में आपको edema मिलेगा. So there is the accumulation of mucopolysaccharide in the skin and other tissue, leading to the thickening of the facial features and induration in the skin. So there is the overall swelling of the body. So that's why the name mixed edema is given to a severe form of hypothyroidism. Then cranitism, there is a severe hypothyroidism in the children. So in children it is known as cranitism, and there is a decrease in mental and physical activity. So the symptoms of hypothyroidism is lethargy, tolerance to the heat, cold intolerance, the heart rate will be slow, there will be weight gain, the skin will be dry, coarse, there is a slow response to the activity, and the person is sluggish. So causes are of primary hypothyroidism, Hashimoto thyroiditis, that is a autoimmune disease in which the antibodies are secreted. Iatrogenic, when there is a iodine treatment and there is a half or total removal of thyroid gland. Congenital means it is present in childhood. Maybe the child will get from the mother, and when there is a iodine deficiency. Secondary means there is a low activity of pituitary gland. In case of tumor, any pituitary surgery or radiation. When there is a decreased activity of hypothalamus in case of again tumor, trauma and disorders, idiopathic, and there is a congenital deficiency of thyroid releasing hormone. So again the TSH, the T3 T4 will level decreases, so it causes when there is a deficiency of iodine, the T3 T4 level are decreased, so it stimulate the hypothalamus and pituitary, so THR is raised and TSH is raised. So biochemical finding in primary, the T3 T4 are low and TSH is increased, while in subclinical only TSH level is increased, T3 T4 are normal. ठीक है, सबक्लिनिकल में थायराइड हार्मोन नॉर्मल रहेंगे एंड TSH जो है वो इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज रहेगा. हाइपोथायराइडिज्म में TSH लेवल इंक्रीज रहेगा, हाइपरथायराइडिज्म में TSH लेवल डिक्रीज रहेगा. ठीक है, सेकेंडरी में क्या है, T3 T4 और TSH सारे लो रहेंगे क्योंकि नो रिस्पॉन्स रहेगा टू द थायराइड रिलीजिंग हार्मोन. तो सेकेंडरी आपका हाइपोथैलेमस और पिट्यूटरी के एक्शन के कारण होता है. So these are the biochemical finding of primary and secondary. Then eugenic goiter, it due to the deficiency of iodine, the TSH level is increased because there is a increased activity of the cells. So it leads to the hyperplasia, means the cell size is increased. Then congenital hypothyroidism, the thyroid hormone decreases or absent since birth. It may be due to the maternal hypothyroidism. So the symptoms are fluffy face, dullness, thick protruded sun, and it worsens with time. So the infant may have choking episode, constipation, brittle hairs, jaundice, sleepiness. So the treatment will be administration of the thyroid gland. So to avoid the condition of congenital hypothyroidism, nowadays there is a newborn screening for the thyroid hormone. In the next class we will discuss about the case studies related to the thyroid gland. Okay.